Hey, it's Jay. So last video, which we will link to here, we did a lot of diagnosing on the Ford Probe 2.2 liter turbo. We finally came down to the fact that the injectors are dead. So today what we're going to do is we're going to replace those injectors, and this could go one of a couple ways. Hopefully it goes the easy way, which is just the injectors come out, we unbolt the fuel rail, pull the injectors out, easy peasy. If that doesn't work, we may have to remove the
air intake,
the air intake, which we really don't want to do if we don't have to, because that's going to be a lot more work.
First step is to unplug the injectors. The factory manual says to remove everything, so we're going to do the right thing and just see if we can do the minimal. So I think our plan is there's two bolts holding the fuel rail on. We'll move the pressure regulator here. We'll take it off, set it aside as best we can, and then see if we have enough space to get that up and out of the way. But injectors first.
There is a little wire clip that you just use a hook for, and it's a pain in the butt apparently. And that just pops off.
Maybe work your way around from where you've already got it.
Just decided.
Yeah, there you go. That ought to be enough to...
There. And then it just pulls off, and yes, it does have the little thingy. Okay. So we got two 10mm bolts. Am I using the open side or the closed side?
I would use the closed side.
Okay. And this one is in a really tight spot. Note to me, please do not drop the wrench into the engine, which I probably will at some point. There we go. It's really tight.
Yep.
Well, that was not fair.
Is this enough to do by hand?
Maybe, yep. Oh, that's much easier.
More leverage.
Yeah.
There we go. There's an O-ring in there. So, look out for that. And yeah, we might take some pliers and shoot that out. And that way we can pull it away. There's some right by the bike there. There.
Oh, it came off that way. Cool.
That should let this go back up again and kind of get out of our way enough to...
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of have to see what I mean? Like you kind of have to put it over top of that cable, because when you pull it, you know, it's not polite to make it look that easy.
Yeah, just break them both.
I think that would be a good idea.
Oops, the wrench came off that one, but it's because it turned.
Yeah, I think it turned and then just popped off.
So with the fuel rail now released, it's fairly loose. What we're replacing is the injector, which is actually sitting like here. There's actually nothing physically holding it in besides the fuel rail against the engine. So hopefully we can just lift the fuel rail out enough that we can get this out and we can put a new one in. That's why we don't want to take the intake apart. I'm hoping that the about 1.5 inches that we have of clearance may or may not be enough for us to get these injectors out across the rail. Yep.
Like, just grab it and...
See what's in our way first. And we have to undo that hose maybe?
Maybe, yeah. It's really, it's going to be in the way no matter what, because the end here is right there.
Okay.
That hard line.
Yeah, we'll just tell them we'll undo this thing and pull it out. We'll be right back.
Oh, there it is. Just lifted right out. This one is totally free.
There's one injector.
This one is also totally free.
Doesn't have that little rubber guy. This one does. I'm gonna dig that one out.
Right.
A little tighter on space over here.
Yeah, a little bit. It's not that though, it's the, seems to be stuck. Oh, that's interesting. See that?
Washer, yep.
There it is.
This is where we're gonna be tight.
This is where we're still. There it is.
There's 3 of 4. It has its gasket too. Oh, it's super close.
Yeah, it's coming. I can get it. Getting it back in is going to be the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I can move that. It's just, oh, there it is. There it is. I got it. Nope. Nope, got it. Thought I had it.
Nice. So this one doesn't have its gasket either.
Doesn't it?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Do we need to take the pick and
Yep, you
push in there and see if we can find them?
1 and 4 have
So it's up inside the fuel rail?
nope.
Oh, it's the one that's down inside the thingy?
It's the star one on the bottom.
Yeah, grody.
Yep. It's fun and games with it. You know, partially.
This thing fell out too, by the way.
Okay, the spacer for the fuel rail. Still on the other
Yes,
side.
I do need a light.
Okay.
That was not it. Yeah, it's really crammed in there. The problem I have is trying to...
It's gone.
It went. I don't know where it went.
Caught on film.
But
I
it
can
went.
tell you which direction it went, but that's it. Cool. So, the other little pick went where?
It's...
On the battery. Zap, zap.
Yeah, that's not... Thanks.
So these don't look too bad in terms
They
of
look pretty decent. There's no
gunk.
chunks of rubber stuck in them or anything.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the dirt, and they're not that bad, so I think we're okay. So that's the out part.
Yeah. Okay, I'm happy.
So what we're gonna do is get a rag and clean the holes up, and then we're gonna get the new injectors ready to go in. So this is working out all right.
About what?
So here's our new injector. It looks just like our old injector, except it's clean. How about that? And probably works. So the instructions say, and I would agree with this, I was gonna put grease, but they say use a light oil on the connecting areas there, just so there's nothing that's gonna catch and bind. And you'll see in the video, we'll just shoot it from 4, 3, 2, 1, because it seems to be a little bit harder, a little bit tighter on that side. We'll get them all in, and then we'll start bolting everything back down, hopefully. So, and just a little drop and a smear with a finger. It's just like a light 30 weight. Nothing the car wouldn't see anyway. Smear that around so we don't bind on anything. Make sure the pointy part's up.
The point.
Up, they just fall in their hole. Lift the fuel rail up. And make sure it gets in there, and that's that. And the push-pull of the fuel rail will also lock everything in. So they all fell in the holes, and then you have to push down on the rail and they all go click. And so now we've got good connection between our fuel rail and injector. One of our injectors is missing the little end pieces. And It's rebuilt and poorly, so we're probably gonna get a warranty on that one, but for now we just wanna make sure our car starts with new injectors. So we're actually gonna go through the pain of putting it all back together again. So with the injectors in, we just have to put the fuel rail back on. And we're gonna put the fuel rail on, and then we're gonna put the fuel pressure regulator back on, and that'll be that. I think that's all we took apart. So that's the convenient side of it, but we did put the bad injector on this side because it's the easiest to get in and out of. But everything being freshly installed, everything will be easy to get in and out again, regardless. So we'll make sure we lubricate everything so it goes in easy. And we also lost, when we were messing around, we have a spacer here that I gotta clean up, but that goes on the fuel rail between the head bolt. Or I'm sorry, no.
The other one that's down here.
Poop, it goes, actually, it goes between the intake and the fuel rail. So I actually have to lift these guys out. It isn't hard, because now they come out of the motor easy. And I have to lift up. It looks like they got some Teflon
tape.
Nope, Loctite on the bolt here, which is why it kind of popped out so hard. And that makes a ton of sense. But I actually have to lift it up enough. I guess I'm not going to clean it. I'm just going to put it in. Oops. And then I'm going to drop it, and it's going to sit right there on the intake. So that's going to go in there, and then we'll bolt it together. Okay, so fuel rail's in. Got those 2 bolts in and tight. Not Jesus tight, because we might get that other, need to replace that other injector just because the ceramic broke on it. We've got to plug these in too. She's working on the pressure regulator, which bolts in just exactly it came out. These will just click right in because they're nice guys, aren't they? Ugh, it's tight on this one.
You have to make sure that the wire's still up.
Oh, there we go. Just turn the injector a little bit towards me. Didn't go click, but it's in.
The wire above the harness too, so we could put the injectors in easier.
Okay.
See it?
Oh, I see. That's why that was tight.
Yeah.
That opened up, did it?
Yeah, it did. And it was just really in the way, so I moved it.
Right.
This is not my friend. There we go. That's good.
Wires aren't the friendliest either. You gotta get these little metal clips to clip on right too.
Yep. You need the hook.
I put all that stuff away.
Here,
right there.
It's just, I need to. I feel like it went just a little too far.
That's the vacuum side of the motor, or boost side, depending on how the turbo is running, and then that's the return line to the tank, so that's also under pressure. And we pop the little harness here, just to give us some space, which was awesome, as we had lots of space. Yeah, I can't do that either.
And that's all that really was. It was just over top of the thing.
All right then.
Okay.
So that's all of that. So we'll reconnect the negative terminal after we take the battery off, and we'll give it a spin. All right, so test firing, if you watch our diagnostic video, that was a pain in the butt. So we got our fuel injectors changed now with ones that probably run. Everything's more or less put together. I'm gonna be on the lookout for fuel spray. Our fuel pump still doesn't run unless the car is actually cranking, so we can't actually check it till stuff's actually spinning, but we're gonna go ahead and hit it. It's getting fuel in through the fuel rail. So give her some gas when she goes. Some onions. So she's got an exhaust leak. That's clear as day too. But she's not fuming up the place, so we're not. You can see a little bit go by on the cloud, but perfect. So if you got any questions on the fuel injectors, go ahead and leave them. Any comments and stuff like that. But we got the Ford Probe running. I got to put the other side down on the ground. We can tool it around in the yard a little bit, but that'll be for the next video. Until then, you guys have a good day.